What up, y'all? Y'all tuning in with Brother Knowledge, man. Today we gonna be actually, I'm gonna be talking to um, my moms and my pops. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, sister? Rissa down there, how you doing, sister? But again, I'm just talking to my mother and my father. I want to let them know something long before I leave here, and let them know that I love them and I appreciate both of them. Um, you know, I know I ain't been the best child in the world. I made a lot of decisions as a young one. Dang, kind of getting teary eyed about this. Dang. But I just want to just let everybody know that if you have that luxury of having a parent, or not just a parent, but even a brother, a sister, cousin, family member, whatever, uh, in your life, and they made it through this 2020, this pandemic, this coronavirus, and all these things, man. Make sure that you acknowledge them now, not just on these pagan holidays that everybody celebrate, but every day, man. It should be not one day that you can't pick up the phone or call somebody and tell them, yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had a call come through, but it shouldn't be not one day, that you can't pick up the phone and call on them and tell them, hey, I love you, and whatever it is that we may have had a disagreement about or whatever, water under the bridge, because life is too short. So, I decided to do this today for my moms and my dad, and pretty much just for all of the family, man. I picked this background because it looked like the sky in the background. So I picked this background. Looked like, in heaven. Um, but I just came on here. What's going on, bro? To just acknowledge, my moms and my pops while they still here. And this is, just like a little letter to them. So first of all, pops, I know um, when we was young, you wasn't there like that, but you tried, you did whatever you could, and either way it go, pops, still gonna love you, man. It's not about what happened in the past; it's about what we're doing in our future. What we're doing together now. So I thank you for showing your son how to be an entrepreneur, how to clean up buildings, how to be a servant, showing me a different way of love. Tough love. Uh, we ain't always saw eye to eye on certain things, but we always come together and we sit and fellowship with one another. We chop it up with one another, and that's it's not a lot of young men out here that can say that they went to their dad and got some advice from him, even though he may not been there that much for them when they were young. So pops, I had to let you know, man. I love you, and nothing will ever stop that. Uh, and it's nothing you can do about it. I'm always gonna love you, and always gonna be there for you, no matter what. I don't know what the rest of the kids is doing, but pops, hey, I already told you I want to retire you and mama. Once my platforms get to growing and I'm able to, do what the Most High has called me to do, I want you and mama to sit down. I want you to sit down where you at and enjoy your time. And now to mama, y'all, I want y'all to pray for both my moms and my pops. If y'all could pray with me on that, because it's a lot of stress going on in this world right now, man. A lot of stress, and it's not nothing that we need for our body. You know what I'm saying? My pops asked me today about why the coronavirus has taken people out, and I sat and I talked with the pastor today, and we had a good conversation. And what I realized is that a lot of people, it's about the things that we ate. It's about how we took care of our bodies. If we took care of our bodies, because your body is already fighting off stuff, that you may not know about. It's already fighting off things, but when you come on that, for those that have come across with the coronavirus and what have you, now your body has to fight off something else. So some people's immune system are stronger than others. But man, don't take this year for granted, man. Look at this as a blessing and a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Or some people say a blessing and a curse. I won't say that. I'll say it's been a blessing and lessons that needs to be learned. First and foremost, always acknowledging the Most High. So if you actually made it through this year, if you still alive and you still breathing, man, make sure that you acknowledge him first and foremost. And, like I said earlier, make sure that you spend time with your family and friends, because you never know when they clock is going to tick. So I want y'all to pray for my mom. She's very stressed out right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. She's dealing with a lot of things. Everybody's family is dealing with a lot of things, but I would appreciate it if y'all wouldn't mind, you know, standing in the gap with me and praying for my mother and my father. Praying for just this world that we live in. But my mom is going through a lot, man. She's working a job that is very stressful. Living in her own home is very stressful. She's been working this hard since we were young. And as I said earlier, I want to retire my mother and my father so they can actually sit down and enjoy life. Because none of us want to bury our parents, or none of us want to bury anybody for that matter. But we know that we're not dying to live. We're living to die. We know that we got to leave this earth. And at the end of the day, you got to keep on pushing. Some people may not be able to deal with death. So you got to be there for them people, because they don't know what it entails. They haven't been through this type of deal. Like I said, I don't even want to find my mom like that, but, we got to pray for them, man. We got to pray that spirit of despair off of them. We got to pray that spirit of stress off of them. You got to pray whatever it is that's trying to hold her down. We understand that. We know it's the enemy that's holding them down. But you have to know for yourself that oh man, what the heck is that? You got to actually have. Whoa, look at that. That's crazy. You actually have to have a spirit of discernment. You actually have to stay in the Word and continue to study. Understand that the things that we're dealing with is the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm is what wants to take you out, wants to dim your light, and it wants to do that to not just me. It wants to do that to you. It wants to do that to your mother, your brother, your sisters, your cousins, your father, your uncle, everybody. It wants to dim everybody's light. The prince of this air, the prince of this world, the ruler of it, which we know that it's Satan. But we can bring heaven to earth. We can shut that down, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we can shut that down by our actions, by the words that we speak, and by our walk with Christ. We got to get back to the precepts. We got to get back to the commands, man. That's the problem with this world that we living in, is the fact that don't nobody want to do that. They want to be lukewarm instead of hot. And when I'm talking about hot, I'm talking about on fire for God. Not in a burning sense, but, in a sense that you just, you can't help it. You got the I can't help it every day. And that's how it should be. Hey, what's going on, sister? Like I said, man, that's the problem in this world that we live in. These people that we follow, these so-called role models, these so-called leaders, they ain't telling you to acknowledge the Father. Most of the time when people want to start calling on God is when they going through something, man, and by then it's too late. And we don't need it to be like that, We don't need it to be like that any longer. Stop going to those places that is not right. Like, quit going to these clubs and things, man. I know y'all say life is boring and what have you, but sit your tail down somewhere, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the stuff happen on Fridays and Saturdays, or, the Sabbath day. Because we ain't keeping his commands. We not keeping the Sabbath day holy. The Sabbath day actually starts on Friday evening, into Saturday evening, or the Sabbath day. A lot of us ain't doing that, man. So, like I said earlier, I did this for moms and pops because mom and pop, man, they brought me into this world. The Most High made it to where my pops could plant that seed in my mama, and they could have two beautiful, handsome, strong boys by the name of White and Veil. And, hey, at the end of the day, one of us looked like the father's side, the other one looked like the mother's side. But, without them coming together, I wouldn't be here. So I have to acknowledge the Father first and foremost for bringing my mother and my father together, and them having me and my twin brother. Because without y'all, we wouldn't be here. And, you know, we owe it to you, but we owe it to the Most High to do what He has called us to do as your children. So this one right here is actually going to do that. You know, I don't want neither one of y'all to suffer. I wish that both of y'all could actually get along, you know, be in the same room together. But hey, at the end of the day, man, prayer changes things. So I'm gonna continue to keep on praying for that, and hope that one day I can get both of y'all in the same room and say, Mama and Daddy, I did it. I did it. Here's your house, Mama. Here's your house, Pops. Here's your car. Now y'all sit down somewhere. Get out of that job. You know, retire. You know, it's time to stop working at places that you're not happy at. To anybody that's watching the video, there's no reason for us to be somewhere where we're not wanted, where we're not appreciated. Scratch that, man. There's so much more out there that you can do. You can do for yourself. Because, see, the job needs you more than you need it. A lot of us have to realize that. They actually need us more than we need them. Because without us, their company doesn't prosper. But if we would stop and think about it, like, man, what is it that I really desire? What is it that I'm truly passionate about? Let me find a job doing that. Matter of fact, it's not even a job. It's a passion. It's a career. It's your dream. You ain't gonna back down from your dream. Man, feel like something just bit me. Yeah, man. So, again, y'all, you know, I appreciate everybody coming in and listening in. To Mama and Daddy, again, you know, I love both of y'all. And I will continue to keep on praying for you, lifting you up, praying for not just myself, but praying for just this world that we live in. Because it's a mess. And the only one that can fix it up is us, men, surrendering to the Most High. He will make sure that it gets fixed up and it gets cleaned up. But we got to step up and take our rightful places as leaders. He uses us all the time. Even in the Word, He talks to us all the time, talks to the men. And the men is supposed to give the command or the precepts to the women. And not in no domineering way, but in a loving way, in a respectful way. You have to practice what you preach. Hey, man, I love y'all. Blessings to y'all. Knowledge.